Please introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about the film.
Yeah, how you guys doing? I'm Dante Basco, director, writer, and producer of the Fabulous Filipino Brothers. I also play the role of Duke.
I'm Derek Bosco, the Kuya. I play Deo.
I am Dionisio Basco, and I was one of the co-writers, and I'm a producer, and I played David.
I'm Darion Basco, and I play Danny Boy in the film, also a writer and a producer on it.
Tell them about the film. Tell them what the film is about.
And the film is...
Look at you holding the mic like MC. You gotta hold this like this. I did it like this
Here,
too.
You tell them about the film. Give them your version.
Listen. This is my turn? Oh, y'all don't want this. No, so this film is called The Fabulous Filipino Brothers. It was directed by Dante. And it's a story about these four brothers and how they get to this wedding. One of the brothers gets married, and it's their trials and tribulations on getting there, and you know, all the anecdotes that happen with being in a big crazy family, and the relationships between each brother, and the women in their lives, and it's told in 4 vignettes. It's a linear story told out of order. Does that make? I don't know.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Don't give me the mic.
Sense. Okay.
First of all,
It's a comedy. First of all.
It's comedy. Or a heavy drama, or a heavy drama.
with a lot of film situations that happen out of nowhere. But I found the film that I myself well and loved it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you've seen it already. Oh, no.
And it's really good. And it reminded me, my best friend's Filipino, and it reminds me of being a part of her family and seeing everything that's gone on with her brothers and everything. And it's so good. How hard was it to put, how loosely based is it from your family into the movie? Because you guys are brothers, so what stories you were able to bring in?
Yeah. It's all true.
It's all based in
No.
Not necessarily.
It's a fiction. The whole thing is a fiction
inspired by real events.
inspired by real events. Everything in the film has some truth, and that's every vignette has truth in it, and that's why we all know exactly what all those vignettes are based on. And then even within the vignettes, jokes and moments and scenes are all based in our lives. We've been in the industry for over 35 years, the whole family, 4 brothers, my sister, and even now my parents are acting. They're in the film, but now they're acting on their own. My mom was on Ratchet, Nurse Ratchet. My dad's in commercials. It's like, okay, these guys.
He calls himself a model, though.
He calls himself a model. He wants more lines in the movie. But the reality is, you know, when we set out to do this film, when I set out to direct this film and I pitched the film, I just really did what I really kind of promote to young filmmakers, like write what you know. Write what you know. And we wrote what we knew. And in a lot of ways, I think in our whole 35-year career, it's all led up to us doing this film.
And this is what I like. It's real. It's like you being a member of the family, sitting on a chair, watching everything happen. And that's what I love about it. So it's such a different perspective from what I've seen. Any fights on the set between you guys?
This one. Yeah, no. This one. Look, we've done other projects before where, believe me, blowout fights, backs going out, everything. This particular one was just a joy. Like, I mean, I think we did it at the right place as men, and as the right place in our careers, where all that stress was out the door, and then we had, like you said, I mean, the main goal of doing it and having the set around was bringing that familial thing and trying to make it on the screen so that it could communicate to people, and that's what we did, really. Like, we kept it all like a crew, from the crew to all the actors, so everybody was like a family, a Bosco family party, you know, an event.
Yeah, we just try to, as artists too, you want to try to make something very personal to yourself, and so if you make it super personal, no matter how crazy the story might be, then it shouldn't land. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of the actresses, Lisa Lapira, she was like, I don't know if I could play this role. I don't get it. And then we were like, no. Let me tell you about the backstory of it. And then she's like, oh, well, let me talk to her, and then I could find this hook on the characters. We're always trying to find a hook on our characters, do you know what I mean? So when she found out that some of these stories, like all these stories, were based in reality, just kind of heightened a little bit, I guess, then she was able to do her work. As an artist, yeah.
The one thing I gotta ask you, that scene with the chicken was just, I was busting up laughing on that. What? Where did that all come about from? Where did?
They've been writing it for a while, and they kept saying, we got this scene with you with Rooster and a
But you know
sabong.
that's in your culture too. It's in our culture, so it's real. You know what I mean? Like,
So it's all part of it, but I was like, how are we going to shoot it? They said, don't worry. And then we get to set, they go, okay, you're up. And we just caught magic in a bottle, really. We kind of just went for it, and we're going to throw the chicken at you right now. Okay, throw it.
yeah, it was.
By the way, no animals were harmed.
Peter was on set.
Peter was on set, and they had a fake chicken. They were teasing me like, oh, we're going to use this. We never used it.
But I mean, again, even that particular vignette, it doesn't a lot of truth and a lot of a family story, which, you know, I had written that scene in my mind years ago, but it really stems with why Derek did it is because back in the day, I don't know if you even know this, back in the day, with Grandpa and the rooster in the backyard when we came from school.
I didn't like that.
I know, but that's the seed of that moment is the seed of that scene of that whole vignette.
We had chickens growing.
We had chickens growing up.
We lived with our grandparents, so we
And-
had a whole country with us. You know.
It was just like the movie with our grandparents living with us and all of us living together and aunts and uncles and just different people. And then we got complaints from the neighbors that the roosters, and so we had to go as kids.
They're
and we
growing in the morning.
we had to slaughter the roosters and the chickens.
Well, he did. He's the oldest.
He was the eldest. We were young.
So they made fried chicken for dinner, and there was plates of it on the table, and none of us ate.
couldn't eat that.
We couldn't eat. We didn't eat any. We didn't eat
But
dinner.
that's one of the
Genesis
seed,
for
the
the
genesis for.
Oh gosh, dang. We were probably I was probably like 13 when that happened.
Well, and you know what the funny part is, and my sister's probably gonna kill me when she sees this video. Is the same situation happened with her, with my family up in Marysville one time, where she was playing with the chickens outside, and then suddenly my cousin twisted his neck and everything. Didn't even know my sister. They played. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's the chicken you were playing with earlier today." And my sister was like, "Oh hell no, I'm not eating this chicken."
Ours is worse than that. And, you know, you cut the head off and the chicken runs around. And then my grandfather pours the blood on the rice, and then it becomes a big scab. Then he's like, "Let's eat this," and I'm like, "No, thank you." But I did eat a lot of balut with him growing up. But you know.
We could go on forever on this film because it reaches so much to me, especially what I've been around for all my family. And I went to Bosco Tech, and with Bosco Tech, you know how it is. It's Latinos and Filipinos, and we get along.
Absolutely.
So it really touched me growing up, especially your story, and shared it with all our friends and all our Filipino brothers and sisters to make sure they come out. Please let them know what's next for the film. Is it sold out now for the LA?
It's sold out at the moment. They may release more, but we'll talk to them about it because they have. But
You know
we'll
how
see.
Filipinos roll. Everybody wants to go see it.
Yeah.
So
But it is sold out at the moment.
But what's next? Is it VOD? Are we looking at a theatrical release? Because I can see that.
Well, we're in the midst of doing the deal right now. It's sold in principle, so we're in the midst of doing the deal, and hopefully it'll be out, released first quarter next year, and we get it out to everybody. With that, it'll be VOD for sure, but also we're planning a tour, a limited city tour, probably a 16-city tour, to just kind of like
We'll take it around.
take it around. My goal is to really use the film as a catalyst to talk about and to celebrate the Filipino American community, and also just prove to the powers that be around this town that Filipinos, we do have money, power, and audience that want to see these stories. And so hopefully when we tour the film around the country, we hit some great cities, and we can have almost like a Filipino con as we roll around with food trucks everywhere we show up, and music and just places to have conversations about the community and celebrate the community. So we look forward to that.
All I could say is this film is amazing. Great work. I truly enjoyed it, and whatever you need from us to help push it, you got our help. 100%.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.